Know John Larroquette's wife Elizabeth. Net worth, wife, agent, Night Court. John Larroquette spent almost a decade of his acting career playing crude and womanizing lawyer Dan Fielding in the original Night Court, 1984 to 1982. The New Orleans native was so convincing as Fielding that the role earned him a record-making 4 Emmy wins between 1985 and 1988. In the original series, his character spent most of his free time leering at women or hitting on his fellow attorney, Christine Sullivan, portrayed by Markie Post. However, Larroquette, at the time having crossed his mid-50s, was nothing like the character in real life. He was and has been loyal to the only woman in his life, his wife, Elizabeth Ann Cookson. The pair together makes an exception in Hollywood where marriages are not always long-lasting. And now, the star of the sitcom The John Larroquette Show and horror movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre is back with the series' continuation of the original Night Court in 2023. This time, his character, who in the original series was the former assistant district attorney for Harry's court, returns as a public defender in the court of Harry's daughter, Abby Stone, Melissa Rauch. Dan Fielding was added to the cast in the revival as the only remaining original cast. Other prominent casts include Melissa Rauch, India de Beaufort, Kapil Talwalkar, and Larroquette. But although Larroquette reprises his original role, his character Dan Fielding's prime days as a sex-obsessed serial womanizer are over. Still, the spills of Fielding's previous plotlines and the character's personality build-up have remained, because of which the public prosecutor has still been shown as a woman magnet, as many ladies want to bond with the Silver Fox. Born on the 25th of November 1947, age 75, in New Orleans, Louisiana, United States, to a department store clerk Berthala Oramus and a Navy officer John Edgar Larroquette Jr., John Larroquette has his family roots in France from his paternal grandfather's side. His French grandfather, John Larroquette Say, had moved to the United States in 1895. John Larroquette grew up in the part of the city that was famous as a party and vacation zone. I thought every kid grew up in that kind of environment. It wasn't until later that I realized the sight of a man walking around with a toilet seat around his neck was not an everyday sight in other cities. Larroquette. Growing up as a child into his high school, Francis T. Nichols High School, days, Larroquette learned and played saxophone and clarinet. He was even a part of a band called the NUDLES, the New Universal Demonstration for Love, Ecstasy, and Sound, he formed with his high school friend. In his senior year at his high school, the Bob Black actor discovered acting through his school programs.